The last and final team is one I'm actually quite passionate about. So I work extensively in the content space. So I like anything that has to do with content, even though I was just chatting with them. And the next team is mostly focused on games, on video games, and actually empowering the local scene to use more video games. There you go. We have fans of video games here? Fans of gaming? Come on, guys. Fans of gaming, I'm pretty sure you are. Okay, well, guys, are you going to prove them? You saw how few applauses we had right now? You need to make them cheer. Yeah. Come on, guys.
All right.
Come on, some gaming here.
Okay. So hi, we're team Groovy Antoid. I'm George. These are my friends Hussam and Omar. And we're here to tackle the theme of content creation. So yeah, our theme is content creation, and to make it specific, we're specifically talking about games and video game development. So in specific, we explore the topic of making video games in Lebanon, why more video games are not being made in Lebanon, and the issues that local game developers and game artists might face in Lebanon. So we pose this question. How might we encourage video game development in Lebanon? How might we facilitate local game development?
Now, to answer that question, we reached out to the local community of game developers, and we surveyed them on their experiences making video games in Lebanon. To present our findings, we'd like to introduce you to this guy.
All right. Meet Munir.
Munir is a Lebanese game developer, but he's facing some obstacles. Munir is lacking encouragement to make games.
Due to the lack of support and resources in Lebanon.
Munir doesn't know anyone to work with.
The game development community in Lebanon is scattered. There isn't a central hub where developers can connect and communicate with one another. And even if you're a visual artist interested in making games, it might be difficult to connect with a developer who you can collaborate with.
Munir lacks the funding or the incentive to make more games.
Video games aren't as profitable as Angry Birds might have you believe. It's a hit or miss process, and investors aren't too comfortable with that.
And he doesn't have enough exposure.
Even if he does manage to put something out there, there isn't a niche local media platform dedicated to video games. So he might get some publicity and eventually fade into obscurity.
And meet Fawzi.
Fawzi is a Lebanese gamer, and he doesn't know that games are being made in Lebanon.
All right, let me have this actually. Okay, so our proposed solution is GameRabba.com. Why is it called GameRabba? Well, if you know the term game jam, this is what it comes from. Jam in Arabic is mrabba. So GameRabba.com is an online platform that encourages people who want to make games to meet and compete. And it's also a place where local players can play locally developed games and win their own prizes. Okay? So you might be thinking this is just another online social platform for game developers. But here's how it's not just that. If you look at the homepage that we've mocked up here, GameRabba.com gets straight to the point. Every month there's a theme, for example, cats. And there's a prize, there's a cash pool, and there's a deadline to submit a game that you've developed within this month. At the same time, there's an incentive for players to come in, vote, and play the games. And whoever gets the high score for the chosen game wins their own prize. So let's get into details about how exactly it works. In step one, a game developer, artist, or musician logs in and creates a profile. In their profile, they specify their bio, their skill set, their interests, and what they want to work on. In step two, they contact someone that they want to work with who complements their skill set. So they form a team with someone who can create the other things that they can't create. Step three is development. So for roughly a month, you work on the game with the team you formed. And by the end of it, you submit to the website. This is where game players like Fawzi come in. He's now encouraged to come to GameRubba.com and check out the games that have been submitted. So step 5, players play the games and vote for the one they like best. A winner is finally chosen when all the votes are tallied in. And for example, the game Wizard Kitty wins the December prize. This is where the players compete for a high score on the chosen game. So whoever gets the highest score wins the prize.
Yo, Fawzi did it, and he's a champion.
So these are the list of things that we have achieved. Fawzi, Munir, now feels good to make games, and he knows more people to work with. He won some cash, and he got some exposure. Fawzi, on the other hand, now knows more Lebanese games, and he can play more Lebanese games every month.
Now, regarding revenue and sustainability, there are various avenues for profit, such as sponsorships from relevant companies, providing insights on local game players and the local market, online ads for relevant products and services, subscriptions for special perks and goodies, and donations from the community who wish to support locally produced content.
And so to sum it all up, GameRubba is a platform that every month offers incentive for game developers to create a game and incentive for players to play those games. And through GameRubba.com, you can boost local creativity, you can create more local content, and that's how we can help reimagine Lebanon. Thank you.
Some more energy here. We just saw a pretty cool game. What's up with all the cats?
It's an internet thing, you know.
Yeah, dragons, you know, something cooler. Cats, really?
At GameRubba, we want you to go beyond the box.
Beyond the cat?
No, beyond the dragon.
Beyond the dragon. Okay, cool to know. Okay, judges, questions for the gaming team.
Congratulations, I really like your idea. I think it's very interesting to create a new ecosystem of game developers from scratch in Lebanon. But my question is, I think the change will be how will you build the community? I think the challenge will be to create this community as fast as possible, and what is your strategy to make that possible?
Okay. So we are game developers by hobby, and personally by trade, I'm a freelance game developer. And we already know a handful of 20 or 30 game developers and artists that we usually see in events that have to do with game development. There are some few and far between game jams that occur in Lebanon, so we also get to meet people there. So, and there is like this small community that we know. So hopefully through them we can get to expand and meet new people.
And one more thing is that, as we mentioned, there are a lot of visual artists, like graphic designers like myself, who are interested in video games, but they just don't know people who develop them, like people who do the heavy lifting. So if you facilitate a way for them to meet one another, they might just start popping up one by one, and you never even knew they were there.
Okay, now question? No gamers?
I would just ask a question about, for you, what is the main challenge for you to take this to the next level?
Okay, so this doesn't really require staff as much as volunteers to just simply run the website. There are some costs, so we hopefully need a sponsor for the monthly cash prize or donations or something like that. Beyond that, it's just putting it out there and reaching out to people.
Okay, one more question? No? Okay, judges, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you very much for your time.